guys, it's time for yet another episode in my Makeup Diaries series. I don't know how far behind I am on these. This might be coming out like 3 weeks after I'm starting to film it, but hey, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. You're just here to see the looks, I hope. So what I do here, if you are new, I basically show you 7 of the last looks that I have done. So I kind of film these back to back. I just put in a little clip after I'm done like doing my makeup and telling you what I'm using, giving you some quick reviews, maybe showing you some stuff that I haven't done dedicated videos on. And it's just a fun place for me to kind of talk about all the products that I use that I maybe don't mention in my like dedicated videos and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. So usually what I do is I will go from the order in which I do my makeup, which just sort of makes sense. And for the most part, my base makeup is almost always the same. This time I am using another foundation than I've been using in the other videos simply because I ran out of it. I ran out of my Valentino foundation, which is my absolute favorite, but man, do I go through that thing so fast. And I don't even use that much foundation. I literally use 2 small pumps from that, and it doesn't last me more than like 2 months or something like that, or maybe 2.5. Just not a very long time with foundations. So right now, this is the one that I had in my drawer that was kind of like my backup for when I ran out of that one. It's the Stay Naked from Urban Decay. I really do like this foundation. I think it's really, really nice. It wears well on my oily skin. The only thing is that this color is a little bit too light for me. I have mine in the shade 20NN, which is pretty much like the light neutral, and I feel like I could do like a light medium neutral maybe instead, but I'm totally able to make it work. It's not a big deal. I'm probably just going to keep using this until I've used it up because the Valentino foundation is freaking expensive. It's like $60 something, which is a lot. So I'm just gonna go through this one, probably repurchase the Valentino one when I'm done with this, but I have this in my collection. I like it. I might as well use it. My concealer is the same as it has been in the past couple of videos. I'm using the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. I love this. It's super lightweight. It's like a medium-ish coverage, super easy to blend out. And this color for me, which is the shade Buff N, is literally the color of my skin, which just makes it so easy. So I love that one so much. I probably just keep using it. Same goes for the powder. I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Setting Powder. I am almost out of this one, and I think this is my 4th container of this, maybe even my 5th. I go through these all the time because I love them. They're so affordable. Sets my makeup. That's all I needed to do. For my brows, I'm still sort of using the same product. I did run out of my West Barnes & Co. brow pencil, which I absolutely loved. I think I have a backup somewhere in the living room, which I would think it would be in my backup drawer, but it's not. So I'm gonna have to go look for that, but I think I have a backup. But right now I'm using the ColourPop brow pencil in the shade Dark Brown, which does the job just fine, but I do prefer the formula on the West Barnes & Co. I feel like that one is a little bit more creamy and a little bit more pigmented without like sliding around, and this one is a little tuggier. So, you know, it's just the formula thing. The color on this is totally fine. I'm just gonna keep using it until I find the backup of the other one. I'm still using the brow pen from West Barnes & Co. This is in the shade Roots, which is like the 2nd darkest color after black, I'm pretty sure, and I really like this. I talk about this all the time. It's the best brow pencil ever. It doesn't dry out. I've used this for probably 4 months now, and it's still great. I used to link it from Look Fantastic, but one of you guys said that you couldn't find it and the link wasn't working, so I checked it, and I think that they don't carry the brand anymore and it's only sold on their own website. So I will link their own website down below if you want to go check out this brand, but if you're looking for new brow products, they're really, really good, so would highly recommend. Let's go into the more fun stuff. For my bronzer, which, to be fair, is really not that fun, but I'm still using the ColourPop one, and I have a big pan in this now. This is the Super Shock Matte Bronzer in the shade I'll Bet. I keep using this because it's so simple, it's so small, it's right in front of me, it does what I need it to do, and I like it. My blush today is from the Arthurine palette from Menagerie, and I'm using this shade down here, kind of mixed with a translucent setting powder because it's very pigmented and I needed to just tone it down a bit. This is the shade called Persimmon. It's one of my favorites in this palette. My highlighter and my eyeshadow are from a new brand that I have done a dedicated video on. If I remember, I will link it up in the corner, but a lot of the time it's really hard for me to like watch through these videos like 3 times to remember to do all that. But if I remember, I will link it. This is a brand called Shall We Makeup. So I ended up buying one of their highlighting palettes, which looks like this. It's one of those iridescent 6 pans. I mean, these have come out so much lately, and I started off using this shade, which is these two shades here are duds. I'll be straight up honest, I don't like these two. They're very dry, they barely have any pigment to them. I started with this one, I didn't like it, and then I layered this one over the top, which is way better. Like, these 4 shades here are perfect, but I don't know what happened with these two. I even messaged the brand after I received this and I swatched it, and I was like, is this supposed to be like this? Because it just felt like something went wrong when they made this palette, and those 2 shades just ended up like not getting pressed properly, or like something happened with them that made them the way they are, but they decided to sell the palette still, and they did confirm that they were supposed to be like this, which I don't really think they meant to make them like this, like, I'll be honest, and I don't like them. So sadly, I probably can't recommend this one, but I can recommend the eyeshadow palette because this is stunning. This is called the Liana eyeshadow palette. It's so cute. It has a little snake on the front, and it's just a cute little 4-pan. I will of course try to link everything that I can down below. And these shimmers are just absolutely insane. It's obviously what's on my eyes today. I don't love this color combination per se, but that was my own fault for wanting to jam all of these on my eyes at the same time. I do feel like this is more of a companion palette, and I can see myself using the shimmers in here individually, or like the matte in here along with other mattes and other shimmers, but just like having all 4 shades on my eyes, I'm kind of like, I don't really love it, but I think it's fine. I think I'm able to somewhat pull it off and it looks okay, but I certainly will not recreate this look again. My lashes today are from Kiss. I'm using the Lash Couture Masterpiece one-of-a-kind Luxe Lash, and this is the style Pret-a-Porter. Wow, Annette. I think these are beautiful. I've actually gotten sent 3 PR packages from Kiss now, and they've included a lot of lashes, a lot of lash glue, and some press-on nails. And I'm actually using some press-on nails from them today, which I probably showed in another video, but these are from Impress. They're not from Kiss, but they were in the same package, so I'm guessing they sort of work together. But I've been really impressed by their press-on nails. They've lasted a very long time and they look beautiful on, so very grateful that I have been able to try those out, because press-ons is all that I wear. Like, I love my press-ons. I hate doing my nails. I hate going to a salon because it just takes time, and it's just nice to do it all like on your own in like 10 minutes and just not have to think about it anymore. And speaking of lash glue, I got one of these in a package last time they sent me a package. This is a strip lash adhesive, latex-free, poison galore. It's a black lash glue basically, and what I did with this is, normally I use where did I put that? This one. I normally use the Duo blue tube, and since this is a squeeze tube, it doesn't have like a brush tip on it, I will use this to apply the glue to my lashes. And then what I did, I just dropped this on my I'm dropping everything today. I used this because it is a black liner basically, to just like do a line on top of my already existing black liner, because I like to double glue. I feel like my lashes just stay on a lot better if I do that. And since this was black, I was like, well, that works out perfectly. So far I like it. Haven't had any problems. I do need to really trim these lashes because I didn't trim them enough the first time I used them, and I forgot until I put them on today, and now they're like kind of poking me a little bit in the inner corner because they're too long, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna switch them out yet because that would be really annoying. The liquid liner I'm using, still the same one, DHC Cosmetics liquid liner, best liquid liner of all time. Fight me, it really is. For my waterline, I'm using an eyeliner from from Udenside. This is the shade 06, a beautiful sort of light pastel-y grungy green, if that's a thing. And then my lipstick today is another one of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks that I picked up during the Sephora sale. This is one of the Kissing Formula lipsticks. First time trying it, I think it is beautiful. I love Charlotte Tilbury's lipsticks. I can't help it. I know they're so expensive, but I feel like they're not gonna expire very fast. I find that to be the case with most like higher end lipsticks, is that they stay better for longer. Like a lot of the MAC lipsticks that I've had for years and years and years now, and they still work perfectly fine. So I'm hoping it's the same with these, and that I get to keep them and wear them for a long time, because I think they're so beautiful. I am wearing it with a lip liner as well, and this is another round from Colourpop. And my pony today is from Einage. I mean, no one's surprised. This is the Lola pony in the black black, brown, silver. So it has like black, brown on top, and then it fades down to this beautiful silver color. I'm not sure if I can necessarily pull it off. I don't know. I can't decide how I feel about the color. I think it's just like not used to seeing this kind of color on me, so it's a bit like contrasting with my skin tone. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about it. I do like the style of it. Is a very, very cute pony, but I just don't know if I can pull off this color. I don't know if I'm cool enough, but I tried. So that's gonna be it for the first look. I think the next look you're gonna see is gonna be with one of the new Unearthly palettes, because I know I'm getting a package today, which is exciting. So you will see that in just a moment. So here's the second look of the video, and actually today I got a package yesterday that I wasn't expecting, and the new Glaminatrix Glamorous palette came in the mail, and I was like, you know what, I gotta play with this, because I also got my Unearthly package, but those palette hasn't been shown yet, and I figured since this has been available for quite some time now, I should probably start with this one because I can post this content whenever and I don't really have to wait. So that is what I'm using today. I used, let's see, 4 shades in this palette. I used this one, this one, this one, and this one. I think that's it, and I really like this look. I think it turned out very pretty, and that's kind of exactly what I was going for today. I didn't do anything fancy, just a very basic eyeshadow shape, and then put some shimmers on my lid and called it a day. My lashes today are from Unearthly. They are the Dreamlike. I really like these. I know I keep talking about them, but I feel like when I get a new pair of lashes and I end up liking them, I keep wearing them for quite some time before I like kind of switch to something else. So been loving those. I also again use the, where did I put that? I hate when I do that. I plan to like talk about something and then I put it away and I don't know where I put it. But I'm still using the black lash glue from Kiss, and I really like it. It's really nice to be able to just kind of draw a line on top of my, why is there hair everywhere? On top of my already existing eyeliner, because it's just nice to have it be black and have it be an applicator like this, so I don't have to always dirty my brushes with the other lash glue since this one doesn't have an applicator. So that's been really nice. My blush today is from Color Effects. I pulled this out of my drawer because I was like, you know what, I haven't worn this in a very long time, so I kind of have a mix of both of these. This is the shade Pink Dahlia. I used to love these. Like, these used to be my favorite blushes of all time, but then I just kind of got a lot of blushes into my collection, and you guys know, I just like blush, so I like pretty much every blush that comes into my collection. It's hard for me not to like a blush unless I just don't like the colors, so just haven't used it in a while. I'm using the Noctilucent palette as my highlighter. I'm using this shade right here pretty much everywhere, brow bone and on my face and my nose. My lipstick today is actually the same as yesterday. I'm still using the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Nude Romance with a ColourPop liner in the shade Another Round. Clearly my plans really changed because I did not use the Glaminatrix palette again today, because I saw on Unearthly's Instagram that they have now revealed their new palettes. So I'm using one of them. They've come out with 2 right here. You should have seen a video with these already. I can try to link that if I remember. But the first one is the Dead of Night palette, which looks like this. I'm going to film with that one tomorrow, so that'll probably be the next look. But the one I'm wearing today is the Daily Grind palette. Looks like this. I think that the color story on this is not my favorite, if I'm being completely honest. I think it's a bit repetitive. I just feel like, did we really need 5 oranges in this palette and then only 2 greens? I feel like I said in my video, I feel like this green matte is just kind of lonely. Like, what is it? It doesn't have any friends in here. Like, there's nothing it can be blended into without making it a muddy mess. So I don't know. I feel like we needed another matte that wouldn't get too dirty being blended into the green. That's just my thought. So maybe swap out one of the oranges for like a dark brown. I think that would have been nice. This shade is a very kind of dark satiny shade, and I feel like that one could have needed a darker matte as well. I just prefer when the darker shade in my palette is a matte and not a shimmer. So not the perfect color story for me, but I do really like the look that I did with this palette though, so I'm not really gonna complain. I'm using the Dreamlike lashes again from Unearthly. I just really like these. My waterline today is the number 6 liner from Unsai, also one of my favorites. I think this color is just so cool. It's just such a fun green that I haven't seen from any other brands really. My blush today is from Kaleidos, and I wanted to use sort of a, you know, the color of my shirt pretty much, but obviously it's looking lighter on my face. I don't know the name of this. It doesn't say on the packaging, but it's the darkest shade that Kaleidos has, and I think it's beautiful. It sheers out very nicely, very easy to wear despite looking kind of scary in the pan, but I really like it. My highlighter today is actually one of the shades in the palette, and I used the shade down here, which I think looks really pretty. Also use that on my brow bone. My lipstick is one of the new ones from Unearthly, and I want to say, yeah, it's definitely this one. This is the shade called Gloria. It's one of the satin liquid lipsticks. I will say this is like my 7th shade that I swatched on my lips, so it's maybe not looking the absolute best just because of that, but I really do like this formula, and I think it's very comfortable. It's pretty long lasting for not being like an ultra matte liquid lipstick, so I really like these, and they're, like I said, very comfortable as well. So yeah, if you've been interested in trying these, they have come out with some more kind of neutral shades. I do lip swatch all of them in the video where I'm filming this, so if you want to see lip swatches, go ahead and check out that video. Is that all for today? My earrings are from Ana Luisa. My scarf is Betsy Johnson that I got on ThreadUp a very long time ago. And I think that's it. I think that's gonna be this look, but I'm really excited for filming tomorrow because I'm sure I'm gonna love this palette because the color story is so pretty. So here is my next look. I feel like I say so every time I start in a clip, but it's just such an easy way to start, and clearly I'm not a very eloquent speaker, but that's okay. So today I did use the Dead of Night palette from Unearthly, like I said I would, and I used basically the grays and the greens. So I'm using this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade. And I think this turned out really nice. Like, I really, really like the look. My lash application, on the other hand, not so great. I'm not sure if I was able to fix it, but I would give myself a 6 out of 10 today. They're just looking kind of wonky and not great, but it's not the lashes' fault. It's totally my own fault. These are, again, the Kiss lashes in the shade Pret Porter, and I did trim them a little bit more today, and I was like, oh, it's gonna make it so much easier to apply. Guess what? It did not. And I don't know why I suck at putting on lashes today, but it's just one of those days. But thankfully, probably just going to stay home all day and watch some UFC at night, so that's fine. For my eyeliner in my waterline, I used blue because I thought it could be kind of fun to just tie in like the blues and the greens and the grays, since there is like some blue in the palette. This is the number 9 liner from Udensai. I feel like my complexion today is not looking very good. I use the same foundation that I've been using for a while now, the Stay Naked, but my problem was that I used the Flower Nose setting powder to set my face with, and when I've used this in the past, I have just put my brush into like the net, and I'm not sure if you can see, there's a ton of powder in here, but before today, there wasn't like a ton of excess powder, but what I did is I put some powder into the cap because I was like, I feel like there's not enough powder coming out of this and it's annoying me, so I dumped a lot of the powder into the cap and then I went in, and I feel like there's definitely a little bit of color to this powder because it made certain places on my face like kind of white, and I feel like I have a bit of a white cast in some spots, and then I tried to like bronze it up a little bit, and then it's got just all patchy, and just ignore that. I don't like this powder for setting my face. I only like it for under my eyes, so I'm just gonna keep using it for under my eyes on the days where I feel like using that and not my Wet n Wild powder. And this is why I don't like trying new things. Like, my Wet n Wild powder just works so well, but since I'm like running kind of low on this and I don't know when I'll be able to go to like Walgreens or something again, I'll probably go on Monday, honestly, because I really need to pick up a new powder. I was just like, let me use another powder so I don't completely run out of the Wet n Wild one. That was a mistake. Because I really don't like how my my complexion looks today. I think it's just looking all patchy and not very good. But anyway, I tried to fix it by putting a ton of bronzer and blush on. I'm using the Ofra finishing powder in the shade Deep as my bronzer today. And then my blush today is from Unearthly. And it is this one in the middle here, which I can never remember the name of. And the fact that I have it in a magnetic palette makes it really annoying to check, because now I have to move them all around to be able to take this out. So this is in the shade Shy. It is probably my favorite, I think, from Unearthly. I think it's just such a beautiful color. Again, it's just looking so patchy. Like, I don't know if it's looking patchy for you on camera, but for me in real life, tis not looking very good. Thankfully, I'm not going anywhere today, so it's fine. My highlighter today is the shade Transient from the Noctilucent palette. Wow, I literally just forgot the name of this, and I feel like I say it every single day. I also use that on my brow bone and my inner corner. My lipstick today is one of the Unearthly ones, the new satin lipsticks, and this is in the shade Gianna. I used that together with a lip liner from Colourpop in the shade Brink, and I did mostly put on the lip liner all over my lid, and then I just tapped a little bit of this and kind of blotted it out over the top because I feel like this color on its own is a little bit too light and peachy for what I prefer, so I wanted to wear it, but just in a way that I feel a little bit more comfortable with. So this isn't a full opaque layer of the lipstick, just FYI. My earrings, I've gotten a lot of questions on when I wear these. I honestly don't know which brand they are. I got them at TJ Maxx like 3 years ago and I took them off the tag and I don't know. I'm sorry. My pony today is the Alley pony from INH, which is my favorite. I think it's just so pretty. Like it's a really nice, like everyday kind of pony. I don't know. There's something about like the loose waves in it and the length of it is really nice and I really enjoy it. So I think that's it for today's look. These lashes are going to drive me bonkers all day. I just know. I feel like these are not going to make it to the end of the day. So yeah, anyway, I'm probably going to film again with the Glaminatrix palette for tomorrow's look. So I'm excited about that. You'll see that right now. And here is the next look that I ended up doing with the Glamorous palette from Glaminatrix. I love this look. I think it turned out so pretty. Is it revolutionary by any means? Absolutely not, but it really doesn't have to be. Like sometimes you just want to do something pretty simple, pretty basic, work with colors that work together, and I feel like that's what I did today and I'm really happy with the outcome. I used quite a few shades in here. I used this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So 5 shades, and I think this turned out so pretty. Like I'm very much feeling this look today and I'm really excited that I was able to play with this a little bit more. I'm excited to do one more look. I'm probably going to do 3 looks with this, which you should have seen already, but I have to say I'm so impressed by the formula on this palette, and I feel like I probably said this in a review as well, but I feel like Glaminatrix has come such a long way since I first discovered them. They were a very small indie brand when I first started using them, and I feel like they went from having a very just bam in your face pigment, like that's what you get with us, and I feel like their formula now has become a lot more sophisticated in a way that it's a lot easier to use, but you still get that same payoff, but it's just easier to work with. So I'm having a blast with this palette and I'm excited to play more with it. For my face makeup today, I'm still using the Ofra Dark Finishing Powder as my bronzer, and I'm using the Pat McGrath Face Trio in the shade Amber Allure. This one is not available anymore. This was the holiday palette from last year or something like that. I'm using these 2 shades. I'm using the blush and the highlighter. I love this little palette. I think it's just, I love the colors. Everything works so well for me. I think this was like the darkest one they had. So I don't know, it just works great for me and I've been using it pretty much ever since I bought it, like on and off. I'm using a little bit of the Noctilucent palette just as my brow bone highlight. I'm using the green shade right here. My lashes today are from Unicorn Cosmetics and they are in the style, where is the box? I have 2 boxes in front of me. It's this one. It's the ones in the style Darling. These are some of my favorites from Unicorn Cosmetics. I think they're just so kind of flirty and wispy, and I struggled to get them on again today, which I'm having such a hard time with lashes lately. I don't know. I feel like I go through periods where it's like, oh, this is so easy. Like, this is how you do it. And then for the next week, it's just like, ugh. I feel like I'm like adjusting them and taking them off and putting them on and just like never really getting it right. But I think it looks fine now. I just had to kind of readjust a little bit more and put on some more eyeliner, but I think it looks fine. My waterline today is from Udensai. It's the eyeliner in the shade 004. And my lip combo today is a melt eyeliner in the shade Sepia with my Gucci lipstick on top. And I love this color combination. I'm so happy that I found a lip liner to go with this lipstick because the lipstick is beautiful. And I just felt like I really couldn't use it unless I had like the perfect lip liner because the color of this is so unique that all the other lip liners I tried with it kind of like changed the color of the lipstick in a way that I didn't want it to. So I'm so happy that I can use this now. I love this look. I think it's so pretty. My earrings are from Ana Luisa as per usual, and I think that's going to be it for today's look. Here is what I came up with for today's look, and I did play with some old things actually that I haven't used in quite some time, but let me just start off with the face products. So I did go back to my bronzer from Colourpop. You can see I'm making a very good dent in this, and I feel like I might actually finish a product, which says a lot for me. It means that I really, really like it. My blush today is from Flower Nose and it's the shade 05. I saw this and I was like, need to use it because it is beautiful. Like this compartment, this makes me want to use the blush because it just feels so nice in the hands and it feels so luxurious and I love the color of it. And I was like, yes, I love it. And I think it was a very good choice. I think this color is absolutely stunning on the face. My highlighter today, I'm still kind of testing out the Sugar to Soul palette and I feel like my thoughts are still the same on this. I think it is a beautiful kind of super shock formula and I haven't had any issues with it. It's picking up very nicely for being sort of a creamy putty formula. It doesn't hard pan on me. I think that all of the shades are stunning so far. I used this one on my face and my brow bone and just a little bit in my inner corner and I love that shade. I'm so excited to keep using this. I'm having such a good experience with it so far. My lip product today is a lip liner from Pat McGrath and this is in the shade, what are you called? Divine Rose. I bought one of those like mini trios that came with a lip liner, a lipstick, and a lip gloss. So I have the lip liner on together with a MAC lipstick, and this is in the shade Mehr or M-E-H-R. I don't know how to say that, but I love this shade, and I feel like I need to use it more often. Now, for my eyes, I wanted to, like I said, play with some stuff that I haven't played with in a while. So I pulled out the Amore Mariposa palette from Melt, and I was like, you know what? Let's play with this, because why not? So I used this shade in my crease and then I went to deepen it up with this one and I started having some really bad patchiness issues and I was like, well, screw this. I'm just gonna save this with my Blend Bunny Search palette to the rescue, because this just is going to save, like all my Blend Bunny palettes are the ones that I go to if I'm having issues with matte shadows. I just pull out my Blend Bunny palettes and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna slap that over the top and it's gonna look great. So instead of using the deepening shade in the other palette, I mixed this one and this one together to sort of create that outer corner shade, and it was exactly what I wanted. Now my lid shades are from Lethal, and I decided I wanted to use these because yesterday, which this video should be up already, I filmed a video where I ranked all of my all shimmer palettes and I discovered this one in my collection again. This one is from Lethal and this is one of the all shimmer sort of multi-chrome palettes that they sent me. This, I think you can buy it like this, but you can also buy them as single shadows. So I took out the two that I used because they are depotable, just so I could tell you the names. So the shade that I have on the outer portion of my lid, kind of covering the matte, is the shade called Proxima, P-R-O-X-I-M-A. And then the star of the show that I have on the front portion of my lid, this is honestly my favorite shade ever from Lethal. This is the shade called Parallax with 2 L's, and I think this is so stunning. Like, it is, like I said, my favorite shade ever from Lethal. I think that they nailed it with this shade. And I also just really love using those iridescent shades on my lids. I think that they just look so nice. I love this look. My lashes today are the Dreamlike from Unearthly, and in my waterline I use a pencil from Urban Decay that I've had for way too many years, and I'm embarrassed to even be using this, but this is in the shade Psychedelic Sister. And I just wanted a purple and it seems to work fine. I made sure that I like sharpen it very well because I haven't used it in a while. So that's pretty much it. My earrings are from, I think, Betsy Johnson, and I got them probably at TJ Maxx like a very long time ago. My scarf is from Amazon. I will link it if I can find it and if I have room in my description box. A lot of my scarves are from Amazon because it's just easy. And it's so easy to like search for what you want and it'll usually pop up. So that's gonna be it for this look. I think that I'm only going to do one more in this video and I think that's going to make it 7. Either way, I'll find a way to make it 7 and you will see the last look probably right now. I just got done filming this look, and actually what I did for this look is I filmed a hooded eyes tutorial, which I don't usually do that, but since I've been doing this sort of shape on my eyes lately, and I've gotten a lot of requests on people asking if I can do a dedicated video on it, I thought I would do that, so that is what I did. I kept it as simple as possible. I only used 2 shades, and for that I used the Fantasy Cosmetica Druid palette because I just really wanted to play with this again because I think it is absolutely stunning. So all I used were these 2 shades. Super, super simple. And I'm wearing a new pair of lashes today because I got an email from House of Lashes. I want to say it's been like 2 weeks now where, actually no, maybe it was on Instagram. I think I got an Instagram ad because they always get me with those, but they were having a sale where you could buy 5 for $35 and I thought that was a really good deal. So I ended up picking up more just because the Allura Light Lashes have been my favorites ever since I tried them, and I ended up getting 2 more pairs of these. So these are the Allura Light. These are absolutely stunning lashes, but the ones that I'm wearing today are the Divine Light lashes. And honestly, these might have just become my new favorite pair of lashes because I think that they're perfect. There's nothing I don't like about them. They were super easy to put on. They're nice and flared and kind of open, so they still show the eyeshadow, but they really give that cat eye effect on the eyes, and I think that they're so beautiful. I really, really, really like these. I also ended up picking up the original Iconics because I've never tried these. I do feel like maybe they're gonna be a bit too big for me, but I'm gonna give them a go and see how I feel. And I also got a pair of the Iconic Lights just to see if they would fit me, because I don't know, I've been really enjoying trying new lash styles and new lash brands and just seeing what I prefer, because I feel like you have to try different styles and different brands and just, you know, to figure out which ones are perfect for you. And I'm definitely getting to a point where I'm very happy with a lot of the lashes that I'm trying out, and it's easier for me these days to look at a pair of lashes, whether it be online or in store, and kind of like decide if I think they're going to suit me or not, because in the beginning I felt so overwhelmed. I didn't know what to look for. I mean, lashes come in so many different sizes and shapes, and it's just overwhelming. Like, there were too many options, and I didn't know what would look good on my eyes, like what length I liked, what thickness I liked. I didn't know anything. So it was definitely like a trial and error process for me, trying to figure out what the right lashes for me were. But I feel like I'm getting there. And now that I kind of know what I like, it's also easier to want to try new things because I know what to look for. For the rest of my face today, I'm using a blush from Unsai, and this is in the shade Peach Gleam. It's the orange one, which I think is so beautiful. I haven't used this in quite some time, so I wanted to pull it out and use it again. I'm still using the Sugar Dress Soul On Top of the Mountain Beneath the Stars highlighting palette, and today I used the first shade here, which I thought would be the most similar to the yellow one in the Noctilucent palette from Blend Bunny. I forget the name of that, but this is honestly very similar, except that this has more of a green shift to it, so it's more of a yellow to green highlighter rather than just being a yellow highlighter. But I think it is really pretty, and I think it complements the look very nicely. So I have that on my face, on my brow bone, and a little bit on my nose as well. My bronzer is the Super Shock from ColourPop. What else did I use? Did I really use anything else except for the lip products? I feel like my eyes were so simple today that I really didn't use that many products. My lip today, I cannot find the lip liner that I use. I'm using, oh, right here. I'm using this one from Lady Gaga or House Labs. This is the shade Endpoint. It's just a very pretty nude shade. And then on top, I have the ColourPop glowing lip in the shade, I always forget the name of this, Adults Only. So that is what is on my lips, and I love this look. I think this turned out so good, despite it being so simple. Like, you guys have seen me do so many of these looks lately, and it's just nice on days where I don't want to spend that much time on my eyeshadow, but I still want something that's like cool and my aesthetic, and I still get to play with like some shades without it taking too long, because there's really not a lot of blending involved in doing a look like this, and that's why I like it so much. Like, this takes me, like including lashes, probably 20 minutes to do, and that is mostly the lash application. The rest of it probably takes less than 7 minutes, honestly. Like, it's so easy. Once you get the hang of like the shapes, it's so cool. So I will link the tutorial for this look actually up in the corner if you want to go check that out, if you somehow haven't already, because that is definitely posted already. My jewelry is from Ana Luisa as per usual, and my shirt, which is like a denim dress shirt thing, is from Altered State. I can leave that down below as well. I will try to mention like the clothing that I'm wearing and try to link it, but a lot of the time it's like older pieces, so I can't really link it, but I know I got this pretty recently, so it should be available still. So that's gonna be it for today's look. So I just realized this is going to be the last look of this video, and as you can tell, I decorated for Christmas, which you've already seen in my upcoming videos, because this one is probably like 2 weeks behind. But I'm excited. I do think that the lighting is a little too warm. Looking in the viewfinder is looking too warm, probably because of all the warm tone lights in the background, whereas when I'm looking in the mirror, it's looking a little bit more neutral, so I need to kind of mess with the white balance, even though I did just set the white balance again before this video, but I need to kind of adjust that a little bit. But this is the look that I did today, and like I said, this is going to be the last look of the video, and this is probably going to be an 8 look video because I lost track. I wasn't counting properly, but I got in one of the, actually I got in both of the new palettes from Ace Beauté, so you've probably already seen a video with both of these. So today I'm using the Envy palette, which looks like this. It is a stunning palette. I'm so excited to be playing with these. I think this is such a pretty palette. So I use this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade, I think. Probably going to use most of the other shades in this palette in the second look that I'm going to be doing with this, but I really like this look so far. I think it's beautiful. My pony today is the Alley Pony from INH, and I actually used a different foundation today, not because I don't like the Urban Decay one, it's just that I'm kind of running out of it, and also it's just a little bit too light for me. I did order the Pat McGrath foundation during their sale, so I'm waiting for that. I don't know if it's going to work out for me, but I'll try it. It was like $25, but I'm using the Fenty Eavesdrop today, and I like this foundation. I've said it before. I think it looks beautiful. Like, it just doesn't last that well on me. This is a 6 to 8 hour foundation for me when it comes to like looking its best, and past that it kind of starts to break down a little bit and starts to look a little too oily on my oily skin. So I don't love this longevity wise, but I have it. I'm gonna keep using it and use it up. I'm probably not gonna switch using it every day, but I know I'm not gonna have to wear my makeup for that long today. So I figured why not get some use out of it. So for my highlighter today, I'm still using the Sugar Drizzle palette, and on my face I used, which shade did I use? I think I used this shade on my face. I used, now I'm confused. I used one of them on my eyes as well. I think I used this one under my eyes. I will say I don't think that this formula is the best as eyeshadows, especially not for like small areas. Like, I found it to pick up a little bit because it is like that Super Shock formula. It's kind of creamy, and when you pick it up with a small brush, it ends up being a little bit chunky, and so trying to get like a smooth application under the eye, it ended up being a little chunky and just hard to spread out. So I probably won't be reaching for this very much for like eyeshadow purposes, but I do think on the face the shadows or the highlighters are absolutely beautiful. I really like them for that. My other face products are as follows. My blush today is from the Pat McGrath Holiday palette. Is the Holiday palette from 2 years ago? I think so. But I'm using this shade in the middle, which is the shade Paradise Venus. This might be available still. I think that most of the shades in the like palettes that she's come out with are available as singles, and I really like this palette. I think all the shades work very well for me. My lip combo today is from Colourpop. This is a lip liner from Colourpop. It's the shade Little One, and I'm using a lipstick from the Barbie collection from Glamlight because I just wanted to test it out. Haven't tried this one yet. I don't think this has a name. It's just the yellow set. It comes with a gloss as well, but I didn't feel like wearing a gloss today. Still wearing the same bronzer from Colourpop, the Super Shock. My lashes today are the same as yesterday. These are the Divine Light from House of Lashes. I really, really like these. I had such a good time wearing them yesterday that I wanted to wear them again today. In my waterline, I have the About Face eyeliner in the shade Reptilian. And let's see, is there anything else on my face I haven't mentioned yet? I think that's pretty much it. My jewelry is from Ana Luisa as per usual. So I think that's gonna sum up this video, and I really liked all of the looks that I did in this one. Honestly, I like most of the looks I do, to be completely honest, but then again, it's my style, so it makes sense that I like them. But yeah, I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying these. I'm really having a good time filming them. I'm probably gonna keep continuing them for the foreseeable future until I fall too far behind and I'm like 3 weeks behind on posting these videos, and then I might skip one, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm having a good time with these, and I think it's just fun to, I think it's fun for a lot of you who don't need to see the tutorial for every single look to just get inspiration and to see a lot of looks back to back, because I enjoy doing that or seeing that in other people's videos, so I know that you guys like it too. So that's gonna be it for today's Makeup Diaries. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you want to see some more of these, I do have a growing playlist. I'll put that right there, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.